Hey, back again with another video. Gonna be doing more modifications to Bugeye here. Basically, I've got a ton of parts to put in, and I'm trying to take my time, but I've got a big show coming up on Saturday that I want to get as much parts that I already have into it, but I have to make recordings. I guess I don't have to, but that's what I got this car for. I definitely want to do projects, record everything along the way, document the whole project, and just have fun with this still. But, well, for today's video... Oh, hi, Bear. Can you see Bear down here? She likes to come say hi when I'm doing my videos. She thinks I'm talking to myself, of course, which I kind of am. But today we're going to be installing a Momo steering wheel. I've actually had this hanging up on my wall for quite a while now. I had this previously on my NA Miata, and I've had quite a few different wheels on that Miata through the days. I've actually got a really nice Nardi deep corn sitting up there too, which I might play with as well. But the yellow accents of the Momo I think will look really good. But yeah, for the hub, I've got a Momo hub adapter, which I actually picked up for the ND Miata that someone had sold me, and it clearly says Subaru WRX on it. So we're going to try this first, and if it doesn't work, like I actually didn't realize I had that and it said that, but I actually purchased an NRG hub as well originally for Subaru. And I know a lot of you might think, oh, NRG, like, for some reason it's got this bad rep because, I don't know, China made, I guess. I've ran these in so many of my cars with the quick release, you know, the tick, 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 ding, quick release and all that hot boy stuff. But I've ran them in my car for years. I've never had a single issue. If you have, let me know. I would love to hear about horror stories with NRG, but personally, they've worked great for me. So, yeah, I'm going to try the Momo just because, you know, Momo wheel, Momo hub, makes sense, right? And I want to do a full tutorial on how to remove the steering wheel here. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started because I've got a few other things I want to do. Let's do it. All right. Let's go ahead and do this thing. So, as of right now in my car, I've got a full STI interior. Has STI gauge swap in the front, STI wheel, but here's the issue with the wheel is it's all falling apart. Now, the buyer or the seller that I had purchased this vehicle from, actually one of his little side businesses is wrapping custom wheels. He's actually agreed to include one of his custom wrapped STI wheels in with the deal. But I've got Subi Fest coming up this weekend, and I want her looking good. And well, I've already had this Momo that I think will look absolutely fantastic in the car. So I'm going to go ahead and get this older wheel removed and go ahead with this sucker. All right, let's take a look at this sucker. So I see two Phillips head screws on both sides here. Let's come in a little closer. I'll drop this down. All right, I think it's a better angle for the whole thing. So I'm going to go into this. Let me get out these two screws. Oh, so that is not a Phillips head. That is actually a hex bolt. All right, so scratch that. All right, so I took a look. Turned out to be a number T27 Torx key. And I've got that on my little Milwaukee power ratchet, which I don't like to use too hard on this. Wow, that wasn't even that tight. Okay. That wasn't that tight. That's great. I feel like that's going to be the story with a lot of bolts in this freaking car, but maybe they're not supposed to be. Actually, I think that might be okay because as you see the bolts, oh, okay, that just comes right out. So once you got that out, I see those will actually just stay in place. Well, that's handy dandy. Maybe they do come out, but okay. I see the airbag was already broken off from this car. That's sketchy. but not too surprising as well. I guess that was the yellow. And then I want to say this. Huh. So investigating a little bit, I have noticed that my cruise control doesn't work. Holy shit, man, there is just all sorts of crap. Alright. So, well, there's the ground piece that goes into the wheel, but... So, as you can see when I was pounding at it, my horn never worked in this car, which makes sense because it's not hooked up to anything. Yeah. So it's always interesting getting into a new project and just seeing what people have done over the years. Shit, I mean, I see the fucking green wire was just cut and left, and somebody stepped on this, and And then, I mean, there's no other connections on this wheel, so I'm guessing these connections were for the original WRX Momo wheel that came stock on these cars. Actually, a great looking wheel, but I could see the appeal of a STI wheel since the entire interior was STI swapped. But yeah, from this point, I'm just going to go ahead and basically take off this center bolt is the next step here, and I'll get in closer with the camera. Yeah, with taking off wheels, of course, being careful with the airbag so it doesn't deploy on you, which wasn't a scare in this case since it was never connected. But yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this. Not sure the size on that yet, but I will get back into there and let you know. All right, so I found the correct socket. It is a 17 mil, which I just feel like is such a universal size for JDM cars in general. I don't know what it is about 17s, but I feel like half the big bolts you find on these are about 17. I'm gonna go ahead and grab an extension as well. So once this is taken off, oh, it's on there. Good, buddy. And off. Okay. Drop the bolt down in there like so. Now this is probably my favorite part of the wheel install is, okay, I got that off. What do I do next? Basically, it's a solid shaking back and forth, and I like to give it an old pound, and it comes right off. I've just done this so many freaking times that it just comes second nature. But definitely keep your... Oh, I can't even think of the name of this right now. I'm brain farting bad. Basically the lock switch, not lock switch, but basically this thing has to stay in place, and it allows your turn signals to turn back off. So I believe it uses these two, and I remember this wire here was sitting upright. If you can, make a notch of just where it was originally. Yeah, see, it kind of just sits in this hole and this hole here. Fine. So this will be top dead center there. Clock spring. It's a clock spring. I'm an idiot. Okay. So with that in place, I feel like I'm able to take this off as well. As I mean, maybe it is for the horn. And I'm kind of curious what's behind there as well to see. As I'm curious why my horn doesn't work. But while I'm in here, I also want to clean this up, so I see it's really dirty. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my Momo hub and get started on installing that next. So I'll be right back. All right, getting back into it now. I was fiddling around with the wires here. It actually came with a few different connectors that kind of plugged into the stock harness here. And I was saying about which pin to put, the power and ground, or running it into the back of the horn, but I haven't been able to figure it out. So So I might just go ahead and do this now and worry about the horn later, but that makes it a bit of an incomplete video. And I don't like that. So I might save the remainder of this video and plug in the horn at a later day and wait to post it then. Yeah, something like that. But basically the Momo hub that I had didn't seem to work. It didn't have a big enough opening to clear this plug wire here, and I definitely want to keep all of that. I watched another video where they completely removed the clock spring, and that seems really annoying. So I mean, you know, if you're turning, it turns itself back off. Definitely ran a car without doing that before, and it's super annoying. But yeah, like I said, in the meantime, this one actually has plenty of clearance here to run these wires and basically just wrap them in, and that should do it for now. I am rather annoyed that I'm not going to go through and make the horn work, which, you know, I'll probably come across issues as well, being that maybe there's other issues with the horn not working more than just this. It is what it is, but basically there are provisions in the back of this hub for the two clock spring pieces, and that's it. It's in place. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the 17-inch back on there now. This is definitely top dead upright, top dead center. And go ahead and tighten that bad boy. Sometimes I like to screw in the wheel, at least put 2 bolts in and give it a good tightening. I guess I wouldn't be able to do that with a horn. Actually, that's not a bad idea. You absolutely want to make sure the center 17 mil nut is in place. You don't want that loose. So I'm going to grab a couple countersunk screws and install into the wheel. So turns out I actually do have some hot boy steering wheel hardware, old burnt titanium chilling here. So that's nice. I love that I've done just so many freaking projects in the past. I'll just have random shit like that laying around. Very cool. But I'm going to go ahead and get 2 of these screwed into place. Here. Here. Just so I have something to hold the steering column in place. I know one other thing you could do is turn your wheel, lock your wheel. That's fine too. I just like to hold on this sucker while I do this thing. Alright, that should do. Get my handy dandy ratchet back in place. Yeah. Nice. Oh, that's really close to that too. Huh. You know, I almost want to put my my deep core Nardi on here, but that's not bad looking. Definitely plenty of room. It's pretty close to these though. I don't know how I like that. I mean, I do have an NRG quick release I could put on there too if I really want to be hot boy, but I kind of just want to do it like this. Alright, so that's in place. I'm going to go ahead and take back off those 2 screws. Oh, once I find my Allen key, whatever the heck happened to that sucker. There we go. I'm taking this back off so that I can put on the horn button. I actually found on my Nardi Deep Corn my old Gran Turismo horn button from Rev Limiter. That's a good dude based out of Albuquerque who makes custom gauge faces as well as horn buttons and all sorts of other goodies. I know originally did Miatas, but he has been branching out into other things as well. Hoping in the future maybe we can make some nice STI custom gauge faces, as that would be hot. But, alright, got that in place now. Go ahead and basically just run these around in there as they will not be seen. I'm annoyed that I can't figure out how to get the horn to work. I will have to look into it a bit closer. I really want to get the horn to work. But alright, one final touch. Just kind of going around alternating pattern here like you would on lug nuts, just to play it safe. I don't think it really matters, but last thing you want is your steering wheel coming off while you're driving down the road. You know what I'm saying? Not bad, man. That looks so good. I miss this Momo wheel. That was a pretty good look. So yeah, this was how to install a Momo steering wheel into your WRX. I think I'll come back and do a part 2 once I get the hella horns installed. I would like to make sure that all wiring in the car is working for the horns. Definitely want to look into that. But yeah, let's switch up the views here. All right, that should do it. The Momo wheel is installed in the car. As I was previously saying, I didn't do the horn wiring. My apologies. I tried plugging in a couple different wires into it and it wasn't working, so it could possibly be another part of the wiring from the actual horns in the front of the car. So I would like to do a part 2. I actually bought some hella horns I plan on putting in the car. They're matching yellow. Come on, don't give me that look. Alright, they look like they're made for the damn car. So when I go about doing that, I think I'm going to look into the wiring on the horn button as well and get a follow-up video for that. It shouldn't be too much longer. I have a bunch of small projects to put out, but that's definitely one that I want to do. So like I was saying before, the previous owner of this car actually has a small side business called Galaxy Customs Inc., I believe it is, and they actually rewrap steering wheels. So with the purchase of this car, I actually agreed upon, he had one already being made, custom wrapped STI wheel. So I would also like to do a separate video putting that back into place, getting like a nice new stock STI wheel into place here and running that as well. So another future video. More things coming up. Like I said, I'm prepping all this for Subi Fest coming up this weekend up in Daytona. Definitely looking forward to that. I've just picked up some aluminum parts from LRB Speed. Basically a couple engine bay components like a radiator support as well as a trunk panel, because this one's disintegrating, as I'm sure yours is too. I actually sell those as well, but look for that in a future video as well. Yeah. My name's Scott. I run Spinny Whoosh, all that good stuff. I love it if you like and subscribe. I hope I've been told the algorithm, the old YouTube algorithm's really been bringing a lot of Subaru people onto the channel. So good to see y'all here. Yeah, see y'all in the next video. Peace.